Entertainment Tonight talk, an exclusive celebrity report, and a summer trend turned fall fashion. All this and more coming up on OliveCoco TV. Welcome to OliveCoco TV. I'm your host, Stephanie. So OliveCocoMag celebrates all things culture, style, and intelligence for women, and I got a chance to catch up with new Entertainment Tonight host Nancy ODell in NYC over the weekend, and she chatted about her new transition to ET and also why Oprah has been such an inspiration to her career. How has the transition been to Entertainment Tonight now?
Having the best time, having the time of my life at Entertainment Tonight is just such a institution, because it's been around forever, and it was the first entertainment show of its kind. So I always say that it's like being at the creme de la creme. It's being at the show that started everything. And it's so funny because I told Mary Hart that when I first came over to ET. Of course I knew her because we've been on the red carpet so much, but I told her that I really credited her for my job at Entertainment News, because had it not been for Mary's success and Entertainment Tonight's success, then all these other shows wouldn't have spawned where I got my experience. So I really do credit her for the career that I have.
Now you have to be on so many red carpets, so many appearances, and you always have to look amazing. So how do you keep that confidence when you're out and about running around?
I say you just keep the appearance on the outside. You can have crazy things going on and you can feel like you're sweating and things are messing up and all like that on the inside, but you can never let it show on the outside. So you have to appear calm, cool, and collected even if things feel kind of crazy on the inside. And I think that's something that you learn early on in journalism and live TV reporting, because hopefully the viewers never ever have an idea of what's going on in your ear and the IFB and the earpiece. I mean, you may have the director going crazy, the shot's going down, or they're telling you they're running long and you got to make it short, or they're telling you they're running short, you got to ad-lib and make it long, and you can never let them know all the craziness that's going on. So,
what has been your most memorable TV moment?
Oh gosh,
thus far.
When I was hosting Your Own Show and Oprah came on, it was one of the premiere shows on the OWN network, and so I actually got to host on with Oprah, and I thought, oh my gosh, I've just completely gone to heaven, because now I'm on stage with Oprah Winfrey, who I have loved and admired for so long, because she's just the best at what she does. I mean, she's just so, when you listen to her, everything she says with such meaning and enthusiasm, and you know that she really means it. And especially having worked with her now and talking to her off camera when she's not trying to be on camera, and realizing the cameras are off, she's just as genuine off the camera as she is on the camera. And I remember standing up there and she was reading her part, and she was just started, conversationally just going off of script and saying what she wanted to say, and it was so engrossing. And all of a sudden Dr. Phil, who was on our first episode, hits me. He's like, "Nancy, it's your turn." And I'm like, oh, because I was just listening to Oprah, and I so got into what she was saying, and that's when I realized, like, she is just the best at what she does. She's amazing. So it's great to be able to work with her. Hi everybody, this is Nancy ODell from Entertainment Tonight, and you are watching OliveCoco TV.
You can catch more of our interview with Nancy ODell on next week's edition of OliveCoco TV. And keeping up with the celebrity trends, we have entertainment correspondent Sharon Carpenter, who explains what's going on in Hollywood. What's up, Sharon?
Well, TMZ had actually got their hands on, and they're very good at getting their hands on all these interesting things, but they managed to get hold of audio from a 911 call that T.O.'s assistant had made on October 6th, where she had apparently thought that T.O. had taken an overdose of pills. And you can hear the conversation, it's online, you can hear that 911 call. And so of course, everybody's talking about, did T.O. try to commit suicide? And his assistant said it did look like an apparent suicide attempt. But now T.O.'s publicist is coming out and saying, no, the assistant didn't know what she was talking about. It's not true. T.O. had actually taken a sleep aid, I guess, just to go to sleep, and that's why he was unresponsive to his assistant. And apparently the ambulance turned up, and he was responsive by that time, and he wasn't held in hospital. So that is apparently what's going on with that situation. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Rihanna is very good at sparking controversy with her music videos. I love Rihanna, actually. She's very edgy. She's not scared to push the envelope. And we saw it with the S&M video, we saw it with the Man Down video, and now with the We Found Love video. There are a few rape activists who are very against this video and say that it sends the wrong message. And there's one particular group in England that says that the message that she's sending is that a man can basically own her and have complete control over her, which is often a problem when it comes to domestic violence. Now Rihanna's people are saying, well, this video actually isn't anything to do with domestic violence, it's nothing to do with rape, but it's definitely got people talking. I think there are definitely some parallels there, and of course, you know, the guy's got the blonde hair, Chris has got the blonde hair, and we see this very intense relationship that, you know, that they're like high of each other, you know, but at the same time it's so intense that it becomes destructive. Is there a message there about Chris Brown? I think a lot of people think that there is. I've watched a couple of episodes of the show with Chris and Kim, and then I watched the wedding special. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but I don't know. I mean, when it comes to reality shows, you've got to have some conflict in there. Otherwise, what? It's just going to be boring, isn't it? I mean, if it's just, you know, love, sweet love, and everything's great and everything's like perfect, are people going to watch? So I wouldn't be surprised if some of that was, you know, written into the storyline. Hi, this is Sharon Carpenter. You might know me from BET or the BBC or WPIX, and you're watching OliveCoco TV.
Thanks, Sharon, for keeping us up with the trends in Hollywood. And we here at OC are keeping you up to date with the trends in fashion. OC reporter Kayla Clue talked to a stylist who transformed a summer trend into fall fashion.
First, what I like to do is very simple. Just see, like, put it up to my waist and see where exactly I'm going to cut it. Because a lot of times I end up cutting it too short if I just try to play it just by looking. So, maybe about, looking where I want it, probably about right here. I just hold where I'm going to cut it. Just cut straight across. And do the same for the other side. Like I said, kind of like going up at an angle. After I cut them, take an X-Acto knife, basically, to cut slits. Like, depending on what the look that I'm going for, I kind of want to do them like this more so than the big gaps. So if I want to go for that look, basically, I just hold it here and just draw lines. Like that. Might not be able to see them, and if they don't rip, you don't want them to rip all the way, because if you, I can do it for an example, that's going all the way through, that's going to give you more of like a gapped look. People often like keep ripping them and say, oh well, they're not ripping, so they're probably not going to rip that much. No, keep it like that, so then you'll have like the tight frayed lines. So just go like this over and over. I also do like the back of the pocket. Sometimes I just do one, just because I kind of like that. You can just kind of like go over the lines depending on how you want it. And then afterwards, to fray it, you use the blade and you just scrape across it. It doesn't do much at first, but trust me, when you wash it, they get really destroyed. So then that's pretty much it. And then we end up washing these, and when they're done, in theory, they should look like these, but with more of this type of destroyed look rather than the gaps. I can transition shorts into fall fashion by simply either, I can do destroyed tights underneath, or basically you can just wear regular tights, black. I know some people are going for like the colored tights this year, maybe like burgundies and greens, like a dark green, or you could even do the destroyed shorts with over the knee socks, either the transparent ones or the thick ones, and you can just wear like boots with them.
And as always, as you know by now, our last segment of OC TV goes to our OC Hot Pics of the Week. Now this week, our pictures are dedicated to celebrity Halloween costumes. Our first picture goes to Kim Kardashian, who's dressed as Poison Ivy. Sorry, but Kim and Chris's marriage just ended this week, so I hope she had a wonderful Halloween celebrating alone. Our next picture goes to model Heidi Klum, who had a very good excuse to go naked as she's dressed in some ghoulish, just crazy outfit. Our last picture goes to singer Monica, who dressed as a nun for Halloween. Reportedly, Monica has a little bun in the oven, so maybe she's covering up. I don't know, but you can find all these pictures and more on OliveCocoMag.com. And as always, for your entertainment news, for celebrity scoop and fashion style and whatever you may need, follow us on Twitter at OliveCocoMag.